Hello everybody. Today we are going to have a session on Odoo to see how we can analyze purchase and inventory related reports for smarter decision making. As you are aware, Odoo is a full-fledged ERP business suite covering all major business applications to automate the business process of your organization. And purchase and inventory are one of those departments which are part of each and every organization on the globe. The procurement and related supply chain act as a backbone for inventory intensive organizations, and based on the processes that you manage within the Odoo ERP system, it is imperative how these kind of reports and analysis can help you take better decisions regarding the same. Also, the inventory and its related value has a huge impact on companies' books, and it becomes imperative for you to take special attention of the same. Let's first focus on purchases. So we are quite aware that purchase management system allows us to record purchase orders for different products. On my screen you can see a specific purchase orders where a particular product is ordered at a specific price, a specific quantity is ordered, received during the inventory process, and also the bill is created in the finance department. The unit price is taken either from the price list, or can also be configured or chosen manually during the process. We also have options to define product categories which allow us to define specific income and expense accounts along with the valuation. The valuation method, or costing method as we popularly call, is an important matrix based on which inventory valuation is calculated. These configuration or choice of configuration allow us to decide what kind of valuation and what kind of accounting movements will take place once your transactions are complete. Once purchase processes are complete, the reporting option provides you a window to do purchase analysis on a variety of parameters. As soon as I click on the button in the purchase analysis, I am presented with a graph view, and I also have a pivot. In the graph view, we have three options: bar chart, line chart, and pie chart. As you are quite aware that a specific graph view will focus on a single measure plotted over x and y axis with respect to, let's say, a date. If I remove the filter, then I get a freewheeling window. In this example right now, you have untaxed total spread over a particular period of time. Okay, I can choose, let's say, quantity ordered, and the same value will return me the value of quantity ordered. I can focus on gross quantity billed, and it can show me over a period of time what kind of value it is presenting. I also have cumulative numbers which are coming, which records specific numbers for multi-quantity builds, and I can also put values in descending or ascending manner. A lot of these information can help the stakeholders take decision regarding what kind of numbers to be purchased over a period of time. The same data can be seen from a pie chart, and let's say if I am looking to see a specific product, then I can see a specific number. If I want to group by product category, so you can see in the pie chart, now I have grouped the purchase analysis by product, and I can very well see that a specific product which is threads wide has the maximum purchase, which is around 30.24%. Effectively meaning, from my overall purchases, this particular product consists of 30.24% in terms of quantity ordered. But if I look from untaxed total, then the number is significant for internal switch mechanism. So meaning which, the internal switch mechanism may be ordered less, but effectively is more costlier. Okay, while the threads wide quantity wise is more, but probably insignificant in terms of pricing. This helps us maintain the bottom line on where do we effectively choose to put policing in terms of quantity or pricing, or where the more thrust on quality and decision to purchase needs to be taken care. We do have bar graph as well, where I can do this, let's say, by category and not product. So I have focus on product here. The same can be seen in the graph, and I can see that the raw materials are of course on priority. I could have further listed and drilled them down to bottom to give us more clarity. If I go to pivot view, the pivot view allows me to provide more parameters in a single window. So for example, I am going to see this by product. I am going to see quantity which is ordered, quantity which is received, and then quantity which is billed. Okay. I can also see average costing. I can also see effective days to arrival. As I can clearly see here, for separate products, I have quantity ordered numbers coming up in one single window, and I can very well compare for a specific product, let's say, how much quantity was ordered, how many has been received, and how much has been billed already. If you take an example of brand label, there are 3 orders, 2253 quantities were ordered, 2050 has been received, and none has been billed so far. The average costing is around 0.80 rupees. Okay. Similarly, the same exercise can be done here for other parts. And the best part is that in order to use this data more effectively, you can actually move this to a spreadsheet or a dashboard as per your choice. Okay. This will allow you to move the window to a spreadsheet and download the same. Even this can be downloaded through this button, download XLS. Like this. Okay. Moving on to the inventory module, where the focus is primarily on valuation and the movement of inventory. Again, we have many possible reports and analysis. So let's say the stock report primarily allows us to look at each and every category. So I can, let's say, filter on raw materials. It tells me for each product what is my unit cost, what is the total value, how much quantity is on hand. That means physically how much quantity is available in internal locations, how much quantity is free to use. So what could be the difference here? The difference could be that some of the quantities might be outgoing or might be reserved. Okay. And when I go into the right hand side, I have been given shortcuts to either process a replenishment, either see the same stock by location, either look at the forecast of the product or the history of the movement. So in one single window, I have not only have stock but shortcuts to see the details of any product. Needless to say, for any specific product, if I click on edit, then it also allows me to do an inventory adjustment right from this window. Okay. If I look at the valuation report right from here, it will show me the valuation entries which has happened in the past. You can see for a specific day, the product, the quantity was there, what was the value. In this case, the value was 0 in the initial entry, and in the second entry, the valuation was 75. Okay. Going back to the second part, which is locations. Here the reporting is focused based on the locations. For each of the location, I can see what products, their quantity. So for example, I want to group by location. I can group by product. Now I might look at any product and I may feel the quantity is pretty less, and you may want to do a ordering. So I can click here and you can see a option for replenishment. Okay, so I can quickly take a decision to replenish this item by creating a reordering rule. So I can create a reordering rule right from this window. I can choose the location. I can choose what would be the route, let's say buy. I can choose a predefined vendor, and I can define a minimum max value for this. Okay. Now there is a button to click on order, so I can quickly create an order based on this rule that I have created, and you can see the system has generated a PO number 134. Okay, and of course from here on the PO can be processed. Going back to the inventory once again, taking example of any other product, again you can take it to the window. We also have other options which we'll have a look. So if you look at the forecast report of any particular product, the forecast window allows you to again measure a variety of options, but primarily focused on quantity. It shows you what is the on-hand availability based on different dates, incoming, outgoing, and of course the total forecast rate. And at the bottom of the screen you can see all possible transactions, incoming or outgoing, affecting the same. In this case there are quite limited numbers, but if I want to initiate replenishment, I can click on this button. I can choose the quantity, a vendor, a scheduled date, and I can simply confirm. Again the system will generate a PO to complete the replenishment. Okay, so most of your decisions to order can be taken from the inventory module, especially regarding the replenishment or movement. The moves history primarily focuses on detailed movement of stock from one location to another, and it can be especially useful for diagnosis when you are looking to see if any stock entries have gone wrong or what entries were done on specific dates or specific time periods. I can see here multiple stock entries from location to location along with the quantities which are entered here. Similarly, moves analysis is exactly a similar window. Here I can choose quantities which are real, which are returned to stock, number of serial number lots, cost share percentage. A lot of information can be entered here, and I can simply group it by product and export it in the Excel sheet. Last but not the least, the valuation number. The valuation is simply an extension of the other reports and simply focuses on the number as well as the value. The valuation helps you take decision. If automated inventory is activated, then this movement will automatically create accounting entries in your books for which you do not have to take any action. A shortcut button for accounting entry is also posted. Apart from this, Odoo provides you smart dashboards which are pre-configured and allows you to see some additional metrics. If I focus on purchase and vendor, I can very well see for a specific period of let's say last 30 days, what has been my purchase value, what has been my order value, number of orders, what is the supplier service level in terms of performance. I can very well filter a specific supplier here, what has been my purchase value by confirmation date, how many on time deliveries are there in terms of percentages, top vendors by lead time in days. So I have a lot of information which adds value for decision making. Okay, especially choosing the correct vendor or preferring one vendor over the other, focusing on improving lead times and performance. The different warehouse metrics also add value in terms of movements, how much quantities are there with negative stock. Okay, daily operations of the warehouse, how many late deliveries and late receptions, you know where to improve. An operational analysis of a specific operation. These operations could be related with manufacturing. This could be related with the lifting of replenishment of stock and so on. So that's all for this session. I hope this has been very useful to you. In case of any support and help in this regard, feel free to contact us. Thank you very much.